Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning to everybody. So today for REM212 we will look into the lecture plan. The lecture plan first, relating towards the subject for semester 3. So today I will explain briefly regarding the lecture plan, and maybe we can go a little bit into the lecture for this week. Okay, so this course and code for REM212, the full name is Real Estate Agency Practice 1, and this will consist of 3 hours of credit hours, and contact or assessment will be on a lecture of 2 hours and 1 hour tutorial, and also another one is blended learning 1 hour per week. And your lecturer is me, of course, is Muhammad Hilmi Masri, and this is my contact number 017-205-6722, and this is my official email address, muhammadhilmi@ytm.edu.my. Okay, so the teaching mode for this semester is ODL, which means we will have interactive lecture, recorded lectures, tutorials, and also blended learning, like the ones that you are needed to post in Padlet, Highland, or even UFuture. Okay, and the assessment for this subject for this semester is through coursework, tests, and also quizzes, and the final examination or final online test will be 50%, 50% from your total KMA. So 50% is from the assessment and 50% is from final online test. Okay, so the learning outcome and objectives is for you. The first one is for you to have the ability to explain the roles and duties of an estate agent in Malaysia according to Valuer, Appraiser and Estate Agent Act, and also Malaysian Estate Agency Standard. Okay, so for these two documents, which is the VAEA Act 1981 and Malaysian Estate Agency Standard, is a must, which means you need to purchase these two act or these two documents in order for you to carry out the learning process for this course. So dua-dua ni wajib lah, you kena beli lah, Valuer, Appraiser and Estate Agent Act 1981 and Malaysia Estate Agency Standard. Kalau di sini kita ada book garden ada dua-dua dokumen ni, tapi kalau you berada jauh di kampung halaman tu, you kena cari di kedai-kedai buku lah, kedai buku popular ke, MPH ke, ataupun you beli online ke, Shopee ke, Amazon ke, you cari. Okay, so the second learning objective is for you to able to demonstrate ethics and professionalism in performing the function of an estate agent in Malaysia according to Valuer, Appraiser and Estate Agent Act and Malaysian Estate Agency Standard. So this document is being referred time and time again for you. Okay, and the third learning outcome is for you to demonstrate the effective communication skills in performing the function of an estate agent in Malaysia, also according to VAEA Act and Malaysian Estate Agency Act, Malaysian Estate Agency Standard. So this will become your third objective. Okay, explain the role, demonstrate ethics and professionalism, and demonstrate effective communication skill. Okay, so the first week you will be introduced towards estate agency, and you will learn about the functions of an estate agent, an agent's obligation, the differences between real estate agent, negotiator and unregistered estate agent, and the different types of agency, and afterwards also you are needed to fill in the entrance survey from 12th until 25th of October 2020. For week 2nd until the 4th week, we will have to look at into the acts and regulations governing the property profession. Okay, so you will have to look at the regulatory bodies affecting the real estate agency practice, the types of procedure and examination for you to become a probationary estate agent, and also eventually a registered estate agent. Okay, and then we will look into the agency fees, how much is permitted for us to collect from our client, the scope of the act, and effects of non-compliance with the provisions of the act. So if let's say you didn't follow the minimum scale or the maximum scale of fee being permitted, then you can be penalized. Either you will be fined, or even you can face a jail term. So it's very important for us to follow the Document of Value Appraisal Estate Agent Act 1981. So it's an act passed by Parliament, so it is a legal binding document. Okay, so for week 5 and also 6, you will learn relating towards negotiation skills of an agent, the etiquette for successful negotiation, the counter offer, how we are going to conduct counter offer, what is a legally binding contract, and the problems before closing. Closing is for you to complete the transaction on behalf of your principal. Okay, week number 7, if you will learn relating towards the types and the sources of listing, listing, the standard listing contracts, and the open listing. So listing is eventually like a list of properties that you hold on, and then will be your bread and butter, whether you are trying to sell, to lease, or even to rent them out on behalf of your principal. Okay, and for the upcoming week, for the week 9, you are needed to produce an individual presentation, which will comprise of 10% of your credit mark. So this is individual work first, and afterwards you are also needed to do a test, a test 1 on the week 9, that will also comprise of 10%. So that will be 20% of your credit marks. And afterwards is a group presentation. A group presentation will be conducted on the week of 10 to week 12. Okay, so group presentation is also just like last semester, is a recorded presentation with all of your group members presenting, no sleeping partners or whatsoever. Okay, so group presentation consists of 10% of your carry marks, and the report itself, will be 20% of your carry mark. So do take this very seriously regarding the assignments, individual presentation, the test, the group presentation, and also the group report. So you have to do this at the very high quality. So if you just do the minimum quality, then of course the minimum marks will be awarded, just the minimum. So it shows I will be marking the assignment and the presentations fairly based on your performance. Okay, for week 8, you will have your mid-semester break from 27th of October until 2nd of this one is the old one, the old one. Okay, the mid-semester break will be on the 30th of November until 6th of November. Okay, and after your mid-semester break on the 9th week, when you came back online, is for you to learn relating towards the types and sources of listing. What is the exclusive right to sell or lease, multiple listings available, and sources of listing. How you are going to get this list of properties for you to generate your business. Okay. For week 10 and 11 is relating towards marketing of real estate, whereby you are going to look at the marketing in property, the methods and procedures of sale, private treaty, auction and tender, challenges faced by estate agents in using the internet as the media of advertising, the marketing strategies, and also the project marketing. Okay, so that is for week 10 and week 11, whereby for week 12 and 13 you are going to look at the property insurance. So this is a very important topic for us, as because this property insurance shows you the types of coverage, the property damages that can happen to the property, the time limit, the owners and tenants policies, the demolition losses, policy cancellation, and home buyers insurance. Okay, so there's some calculation relating towards the property insurance that home buyers or leases needed to have. Okay, so week 14 is the exit survey week, and also we will try to finish up our lecture on week 14. So if God willing, inshallah, so week 14 we will wrap up our semester at that time. So week 15 will be your study week. So your revision week will be on this date, 25th and 31st of January 2021, and your final online test will be conducted on the 1st and until 12th of February 2021. Okay, so this is consists of online, so no more hall examination for this semester. So you will have to do this on your own, of course on your own, but you will be conducting this at your home places or your house. Okay, so this is some of the references that you can use, like book by Abdul Hamid Maiman, Marbet, Rashad Doshi, Tim Baker, Deborah Leong, Kennedy Daniel, and others. Okay, so you can try to find this type of references for you to further enhance your knowledge. Sometimes in the classroom or the online lecture sessions, it might not be enough, so you have to conduct your own study for the purpose of this. Okay, so this is relating towards the lecture plan. So I've already detailed on the weeks, and then most importantly is the works that you need to do besides listening from the lecture given by the lecturer. Okay, so for this week we are going to look just a little bit on the things that you are going to learn. So we will go through a little bit on the first topic, which is the introduction towards estate agency. So the aim of this topic is for you to learn regarding the nature and function of estate agency works and also practices. So the content, we will try to look at the functions of an estate agent and the agent's obligations first for this week. And then the second week we will go to the differences between the real estate agent and negotiator, and then the different types of agency. So for the introduction, definition of an agent is the one who acts for the principal in dealing with the third party on behalf of this principal. So those acting as an intermediary or an agent in the sale of acquisition of land by Nigel Stephen. So Nigel Stephen already gave some description relating towards an agent. So basically agent is for you to become a middleman. So let's say a principal. So the meaning of principal is like someone who intends to sell or intends to buy, or even to rent, or even intends to rent out their properties. Okay, So you as a middleman, you have to deal with the principal, meaning that this principal, even though they can do all of this transaction by themselves, but they decided to appoint you, because they see you as a registered estate agent or a negotiator. A negotiator is an assistant of registered estate agent. They see you as a professional. So when they see you as a professional, they expect the best quality of services from you, because you are collecting a certain amount of fee from the principal. So you must do everything relating towards the transaction, meaning you are the ones who try to find potential buyer. You are the one who is preparing all of the documents needed to brought forward towards the lawyer or the land office. So you are the one who is the go-to person. You are the one who will be involved directly with the principal and also the potential buyer. So let's say potential buyer, sometimes they don't even know who is the principal, or sometimes they don't even encounter the seller, because they conduct their business everything through you as a registered estate agent. Okay, so another definition of real estate agent is, we can see that is a person engaged in marketing of one or more rights in real property for others for a valuable consideration. For you as an estate agent, of course, the main consideration that you will get is the fee. So fee stated out by the Value Appraiser and Estate Agent Act 1981 is a maximum of 3%. So let's say the property price is 100,000 ringgit, then you as a registered estate agent, you can get 3%, which is maximum amount is 3,000 ringgit. So if you are not a registered estate agent, let's say you are a broker, which is illegal, and you can charge whatever amount of fee that you want. But bear in mind, if you are being caught by the board of valuer or even the police, then of course you will be prosecuted under Value Appraiser and Estate Agent Act. So you can be liable for imprisonment and also fine if you are operating as a unregistered estate agent or unlicensed broker. Okay, so this is to sell or offer for sale, buy or offer to buy, leases or offers to lease, negotiates the purchase of sale or exchange of real estate. So this is the services that you offer towards your principal. Okay, so bear in mind, the principal does not just consist the house seller, the property seller. No, you can also get your principal from somebody who is trying to purchase a house. Let's say they are saying that I wanted to live in Sri Skandar. I believe Sri Skandar has a lot of potential. Can I appoint you as an estate agent? You try to find me a suitable house for me, and then I will pay you your agency fee. So that is another way for you to make the fee from the services, not just the principal from people trying to sell their houses. Okay, people trying to lease or even people trying to rent, and you can also get your fee from people trying to rent or trying to rent out their properties. So there is a prescribed scale of fee that we will go into further according to Malaysian Estate Agency Standard. So before I've stated a little bit regarding negotiator or real estate negotiator, REN. As we know, first when you venture into the agency business, you will not directly become a registered estate agent. First you have to become a negotiator first. When you became a negotiator, negotiators are salesperson that has been employed by a real estate agent to assist him or her in the real estate agency practice. So for people to become a real estate negotiators, they don't necessarily have to have a diploma in estate management or diploma in real estate, but to enable them to become a registered estate agent, meaning you will get the full 3% fee without dividing with other people, you have to have the certified qualification approved by the board of valuer. So currently for University Technology Mara UiTM, our diploma in estate management is certified by the board of valuer for you to become a registered estate agent. So this is a very important factor. So if your diploma, let's say university offers a diploma in real estate business, diploma in real estate business, but the board doesn't certify that diploma, the board of valuer doesn't certify and doesn't accreditate that diploma, then you can only become a negotiator without ever having the potential to become a registered estate agent. So that is a very big loss. Okay, so each of the REN were issued with an authority tag by the board of valuer, appraiser and estate agent Malaysia. So this is the old name, Bovia. So now it has become longer. So now it's called board of valuer, appraiser, estate agents and property managers Malaysia, Bovia. Okay, so bear in mind this is the legal body carrying out the duties to govern and supervise all registered valuer and negotiator in Malaysia, and they get their power from the Valuer, Appraiser and Estate Agent Act 1981. Okay, so for the negotiator, real estate agent is responsible and accountable for all the actions of the REN. Meaning if the REN did misconduct, like putting up banners on lamp posts, which is illegal under Local Authority Act, okay, which is illegal, then the board can take action on the registered estate agent, the boss, not the REN, because the REN is under the supervision of the registered estate agent. So when you have the authority as a registered estate agent, of course it comes with the responsibility, because you are appointing assistants to work for you. Okay, so REN is trained, managed and supervised at all times by the real estate agent. Okay, so all of the negotiators must go first maybe a 1 or 2 day course for a negotiator course, and then they have to be registered also with the board of valuer, because previously negotiators were not registered with the board of valuer. Therefore people or the public, they feel that the perception is that, oh, this person is lying, this person is a scammer. We don't want that kind of image tarnishing the professionalism of our profession. So therefore the board of valuer now, they entrust every negotiator to wear a REN tag. The REN tag is the red tag. For registered estate agent, they have a blue tag. The REN tag shows all the information relating towards the negotiator, the name, the full name, the IC number and the company that they are working with. And now the tag also have a QR code, whereby people can scan the QR code and see the authenticity of the tags, so they don't feel that you are a cheater or a scammer. Alright, so for REN tag, so if you can see from the from the newspaper cutting, so if you are not registered as a registered negotiator, meaning that you are doing something illegally, you are just brokering, even though let's say at your kampung, your uncle appoints you to sell his house, but you are not a registered negotiator or registered estate agent, and then you carry out the work of agency, then it is illegal. Even though you are saying, oh, I'm just selling this for my uncle, my uncle from 30 years ago, from 30 years ago, he's been my uncle for 30 years, it's my family whatsoever, but it is still illegal. Okay, so under section 22C of the Value Appraisal and Estate Agent Act 1981, only registered estate agent and the negotiators are authorized to legally represent the vendors and the purchasers in any property transaction. Okay, so any unlawful representation by brokers can result in a conviction of 300,000 ringgit fine or 3 years imprisonment or both. So it's a very so this is should be a deterrent in Malaysia, but there is still people practicing out there as brokers. They don't seem to be perturbed, they don't seem to be bothered by the fine or even the imprisonment threat. They just wanted to get quick money, just charge whatever service charge that they want to charge, 10%, 20%. I sell this 100,000 ringgit property, you give me 20,000 ringgit, so that's already 20%. But according to Value Appraisal Estate Agent Act, you can only charge 3%. So bear in mind, there is legal repercussions if you didn't do things correctly. So as this one, like for example, real estate negotiator produced by Board of Value Appraisal and Estate Agent Malaysia, with the official logo of the board, the QR code, the IC number, the firm 123 Real Estate, and then the name. There's a two name here because this is the name of like a stage name, like people nowadays like to use their nickname, Andrew Tan, and the IC name is Tan Sing Kang. So if your name is Fatini, then you can use Sarah Fatini, you can use, so this is the nickname. Okay, and then the REN number, of course, when you are registered by the board valuer for negotiator, then you can get the real estate negotiator number. Okay, okay, that is relating towards negotiator. So now we look into what is a probationary estate agent. Okay, so negotiator doesn't necessarily can become a probationary estate agent. Okay, so for you to become a probationary estate agent, like I said before, you must have a certified diploma or certificate that is being accredited by the board of valuer. Negotiator can never become a probationary estate agent if they don't have the necessary qualification. Okay, so probationary estate agent is a person who is registered under the Act, and as a probationary estate agent, his or her name has been placed in the register of probationary valuer or probationary estate agents, VAE Act 1981 Section 2. Okay, so this is this is the step for you to become a registered valuer afterwards. So if you graduate with a diploma in estate management and you directly work into the estate agency field, I suggest and recommend you to go and directly take the registration as a probationary estate agent. That's because you have to work for at least 2 years before you can go for TPC, test of professional competence, for you to be certified as a registered estate agent. Okay, and after probationary estate agent, you can become registered estate agent. So Section 2 Value Appraisal Estate Agent Act states that a person whose name has been entered under Part 3 of the register and to whom an authority to practice has been issued by the board under Section 16. Okay, so in Malaysia, this is the person who has obtained a professional estate agent registration, and you can act as the appointed professional property agent on behalf of your client, vendor, purchaser, landlord or tenant, and the sale, purchase or leasing of real estate for a fee charged in accordance with the scale of fees prescribed by the board. So what is the benefit? What's the difference between negotiator, probationary estate agent and registered estate agent? For you as a negotiator, usually the registered estate agent will take a certain percentage of your fee for his own interest, because he is the boss, he is the registered estate agent, he is the one supervising you. Then he will take a cut. Let's say if 100,000 ringgit property value is being sold, then you can get 3%, 3,000 ringgit. If you have a 50-50 deal agreement with the registered estate agent, then the estate agent will get 1,500 ringgit, and then you as a negotiator will get 1,500 ringgit. So this is why so many people in Malaysia wanted to become a registered estate agent. It's because if you are a registered estate agent, then you don't have to share the profit with anybody else. So if you are the one who sold the property 100,000 ringgit, you can get the 3% or 3,000 ringgit all to yourself. But if your negotiator sold the property, then you can get at least 50% from what the negotiator has been doing. Even if you didn't do anything, just sit at the office relaxing, drinking some coffee, cappuccino, then all your negotiator is out there doing the work, then you just can get the passive income, because you are just supervising and monitoring them. When I was in a private college before, when I was teaching a diploma, executive diploma, there are a lot of people from other backgrounds who wanted to get the executive diploma. Backgrounds from lawyers, from bankers, even one doctor, one medical doctor also wanted to get into the action by registering for the executive diploma in real estate, because he sees there is a potential to make a lot of money in becoming a registered estate agent, because he was previously a negotiator only. He is not satisfied with the amount of money that he have to give to the estate agent, who he said does nothing but gets a slice of the fee. Okay, so the main function of an estate agent, like I said before, you are the middleman between the principal, the vendor, the landlord, the purchaser, or even the tenant can become your principal and the third party. So you as a middleman, you handle everything. Okay. Number 2, take instruction. Number 3, engage in marketing. What kind of tools to be used, the marketing plan and the cost incurred. So you have to fork out some marketing things that you have to do to market the property. Like you post in social media, you post in mudah.my, you put a banner on the property. Okay, the cost of you repairing a little bit of the property to make it presentable for potential buyer. So this is what essentially that you have to do. Okay, provide accurate information, of course. If you don't want to be prosecuted under BAE Act, you will not conduct inaccurate information. You must always give accurate information. Okay. Sell or offer for sale, buy or offer to buy, lease or offer to lease. Okay. And another thing is for you, you must also be able to handle the deposit and then put into the client's account. Okay, client's account meaning that you have a separate bank account that you don't mix up with your personal bank account. So you set up a client's account, and then the deposit can be disbursed towards the seller if everything goes well, or the SMP or everything, the transaction has been completed. So you is the trusted person to collect the deposit. If you are dealing with broker or illegal broker, then this deposit might not be safe. Then you give 20,000 ringgit deposit, 10% from 200,000 ringgit you give to a broker, then that broker is gone. You just, and then you are just cheated, and you don't get back the deposit, and you are just handing out your hard-earned money to people who are scammers, essentially. Okay. And other functions is for you to inspect and also view the property, and assisting in completing the sale, purchase or lease, whereby for big transaction like sale and purchase, of course all the legal documents will needed to be drafted and provided by a solicitor or a lawyer. You cannot do the legal documents because that is the lawyer's work, but you can help to negotiate. You can help the principal and also the buyer to complete the sale. Okay. So the last one for today is for you to look at some of the obligations. Of course, for an estate agent, you are obliged to provide the principal with skilled and professional estate agency services. You are needed to promote and protect the interest of the principal. So of course, if the principal says to you, oh, I want to sell my house at 300,000 ringgit, so you will try and honor the principal's request. So if you cannot honor the principal's request, you have to go back towards the principal and tell them, okay, we have received a 250,000 ringgit offer. Would you mind to lower down your asking price from 300,000 ringgit to 250,000 ringgit? So would you care to lower? So you have to protect and promote their interest. Okay. Aware the principal the consequences of the type of estate agency to be entered. So this will be covered afterwards. So we have several types of estate agents, estate agency agreements. Okay. Ensure the principal is not liable for more fees or commission payment. So let's say if you quote your services at 3%, then the principal must only pay 3%. Don't suddenly state that, oh, I wanted 3% or 3,000 ringgit, and then suddenly in 5 or 6 months time you are asking for another 2,000 ringgit because you said, oh, I am forking out on my own money for the advertisement, for the banner, for the posting in social media. So if you wanted to charge that kind of disbursements, you must state earlier with the principal, so the principal will be ready afterwards. Okay. And lastly is for you to advise the principal to terminate any existing exclusive or sole agency appointment. Okay. So you don't want to be overlapping with another estate agents. So let's say the principal already have an agreement with your friend, and suddenly you have done all the work and everything, but the commission you cannot get, because in principle your friend is still being appointed as an exclusive estate agent. So whatever work that you have done is gone, because just because of a technicality or a legal issue, because it's very important for us to get the registered document that states that, oh, I appoint you, Hilmi Masri, as my exclusive estate agent. So I will appoint you, and then I sign this document, and then you hold on into that document. So for if there is any dispute afterwards, then you can show towards the court of law that I am an exclusive estate agent, so I deserve to get the principal. Let's say suddenly the principal doesn't want to pay the commission fee. If you didn't have any written documents, it's a very this always happens because it's people. Even though they sell their houses at 1 million ringgit, and then they have to pay the commission fee at 3%, meaning 30,000 ringgit. Do they feel that, oh, 30,000 ringgit is too much, I don't want to pay you 30,000 ringgit, I will give you 2,000 ringgit. So if you didn't have any signed documents, then you are in trouble. They make sure you conduct all of the documents registration properly. Okay. So if your friend is still the exclusive agent, then you are missing out on the 30,000 ringgit. Your friend said, oh, I am the registered exclusive agent, you cannot get any fee, I don't want to pay you any fee. Why you conduct the business, even though you know I am the exclusive agent? So you, all the fee is going to be mine, even though your friend or that guy doesn't do anything, because on a technical and legal issue. Okay. So that's it for today. For the next topic, for different types of agency, we'll cover next week. And for this, if you have any questions, you can ask me in WhatsApp group, personally message me, or even in the Padlet. Okay. So I will end this lecture for this week with wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.